What's going on, people? It's your boy Leon Naz from Leon Talks TV. So we're back at it again. This is a topic that's been widely spoken through the blogs, through the podcast, all over the internet. TikTok is talking about it. People debating, people arguing, people losing their mind over it. It's the age-old topic of women's body count. Now, people can say men's body count as well. Let's first put it out there that there is a double standard between a man's body count and a woman's body count, only because women can what's easily what can easily be done is not rated. So women are able to can literally go out and find any man in the space of 24 hours to sleep with, just like that. There's a reason why you got these two British women uh by the name of Bonnie Blue. And she's breaking records of sleeping with more than 1,000 men and etc etc. A man cannot achieve this. A man cannot go out and literally get a woman to sleep with. He can even barely even get a phone number from just cold approaching. So yes, women are criticized for sleeping around because it's not in a woman's nature to do so. Now, whereas men, when a man has access to women and can achieve that, which is very rare, mind you, there's only a little small percent. Maybe someone like Drake could probably do it. He could probably decide to wake up and get out of his house and find a woman in the space of 24 hours to sleep with. And in order for a man to do so, he has to have extreme game, must be extremely good looking, or possess a lot of money. And even if he's a man with money, he can probably only do that from purchasing escorts every single day. So so you have to understand when women say, "Oh, but men are allowed to sleep around." Well, first of all, not many men can do that. There's only a very small there's only a very small minority of men, and I mean when I mean minority, very small. So that just goes to show you that, so going back to women like Bonnie Blue, and even women make money off having bedroom fun. That's why that's why you don't see men standing on street corners selling sex as a service. That's why you see women all over the world selling sex as a service. So with that being said, I just want to talk about my own thoughts on women's body count. Now, if I start dating someone, personally, I don't care to know. No, let me rephrase that. I don't care to ask. I do care, but I just don't care to ask her body count. I think I can kind of see from her actions and how she carries herself. So, instance, how does she dress like? How does she portray her image on social media? Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of girls that are very, very secretive on social media, that they don't post much, and you'd think that they're absolute good girls. But I personally know certain girls that have this type of image on social media, the clean cut image, but have a high mileage when it comes to sexual activities. But nonetheless, it's still a good indication of how she presents herself. If she's got trap pictures on her Instagram, then that's the only thing I can go off on, because I don't know her number. I can only go by how she portrays herself. So that would be one instance. A second instance is, how does she go out a lot? Is she around a lot of men? Does she, for example, if I go into her environment and let's say we going out in her hometown and she's saying hello to everybody, she's saying hello to the promoter, she's saying hello to the DJ, she's saying hello to every guy that's coming up to her and hugging her, and and she's just talking to every man, that is an indication of why does she know too many men? That's a red flag to me. So these are the type of things I would go off on. And, I've been in certain situations where another reason why certain times I don't really care. But for example, one of my girlfriends that I dated, when we first hooked up, I remember her saying that she was a virgin. I didn't really believe her, just because when we were getting intimate, she seemed a bit experienced. She didn't seem like it was her first rodeo. But it was cute, the fact that she told me she was a virgin. I just felt like she didn't really need to tell me that. But I used to tease her and just be like, you know what? I know you're not a virgin. Like, stop the cap. But the fact that she said it, and the way she carried herself as well, gave me a good indication that she had a been around as much. No, well, I can't say as much, but she had a very low, she had a low body count, so to speak. And actually been with two women that said that, which was I felt was kind of cute and admirable. But with that being said, as well, how I sometimes, because sometimes when you don't completely know someone, you can't. There's no other ways to kind of vet or have an indication of if they've got a high body count. You just got to judge on their actions and just take it for what it is and just roll the dice with it. Or sometimes if you have mutual friends and you know mutual people, for example, what I used to do, because there's sometimes when I would date and if she happens to know people that I know, especially if it's guys, I would ask the guys like, "Yo, what's her story? What's her background? Um, is she known to get around? Does she have a lot of male partners?" And and there's been certain situations where there's been that guys have told me like, "Hey, listen, she's got high mileage. She's been around. She does this. She does that. My friend told me my friend told me that he did certain things with her and she's a real freak and she's had a twosome and she's done a threesome. You hear all these type of things. So, you take it for what it is. And then there's situations where some guys will be like, no, you know what? She's got a good reputation. She comes from a good family. She carries herself very well, this, that, and the other. So at the end of the day, you just gotta take it for what it is. And at the same time, there's certain examples of I've known girls that carry themselves very good amongst their circle and the area. But what they tend to do, they will go out of town and sleep around. So that way it don't get back to their neighborhood. Because eventually they probably know that they're probably gonna marry someone either from their area or someone from their community. Like, for example, they might come from a certain ethnic minority group. So they know they're gonna marry someone from their country. So they'll end up going around racking up a high body count where it won't come back to them. So at the end of the day, with this whole body count thing, you can never really know. You can't really know at the time. But you can only just go off your instincts and just take it for what it is, really. And that's just how I go about things. I just go about how they carry themselves, even though you can meet a good girl and she still might have a high body count. So you can never really tell. But the best way to do it is just act off your instincts and that's how to go about things, really. So yeah. So so just personally, from my experience, I just never really care to ask what their body count is. I'll just judge it off how I see fit. And if I personally like the way they carry themselves, like the way they dress, or like the fact that they don't have too many male friends, or they don't know too many male guys, then we can just take it forward. And if there's no indication that she tells me that she's got a high body count, then everything's good on my part. So yeah, with that being said, anyways, like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to follow.